There you are, folks. That's the headline controversy in this video. I expect to see it on Tube Filter in the next 24 hours. Hey folks, I'm Rob. Welcome back to vidIQ, educating you on your YouTube journey, as always. But on this occasion, I'm going to be educating myself a little bit as well for two reasons. First of all, the obvious visual reason. I'm testing out a new location in the studio. I'll put the camera on my computer desk and I figured out how to plug this microphone directly into this camera so that the audio should be all lovely and Christmas. Christmas, what am I talking about? Crispy. I was supposed to say crispy, but I'm going to leave in that mistake for reasons that you might discover later on. I was also going to follow up with a joke and say, this video is going to be an ASMR video. But I've kind of blown it there by saying Christmas. You're all thinking of Christmas now. Happy Christmas, everyone. The second reason is because I made a video very recently about whether or not you should quit YouTube if you're thinking about doing so. And that was a different type of video where I just talked to camera almost as a stream of consciousness for about 20 minutes, and it seemed to be received really well by you. So I want to experiment with more of these two camera types of content. So let us know, comments below, feedback. Do you appreciate this type of stuff on the vidIQ channel? Another reason I'm making this video is because I want to try and connect more with you on a creator level as opposed to an educator level. Because, funnily enough, I am a creator just like you. And I have my highs and lows, my moments of indestructible confidence, followed by serious moments of doubts where I question what I'm doing. I'm not perfect. And that is pretty much the focus of this video. Now, this is in no way a dig at other creators in the YouTube space or a message that I believe other creators should share or believe. Right now, this is just me talking to all of you, the vidIQ community. I'm going to say this as plain and simple as I can. I am not a YouTube guru. I am not a YouTube expert. I am not the fountain of all YouTube knowledge. Your learnings should not begin, and they definitely should not end with anything I have to say. There you are, folks. That's the headline controversy in this video. I expect to see it on Tube Filter in the next 24 hours. This is who I am. I'm Rob. I make YouTube videos. I've made around 2,000 videos over the last 10 to 12 years. And over the last 5 years, I've been fortunate enough to represent vidIQ in doing just that. And just in case you don't know what vidIQ is, if you're new to this channel, it is a collection of tools that will help you research YouTube and keywords, analyze any video on a platform, audit your own YouTube channels, and vidIQ will recommend data-driven decisions for you that will hopefully grow your channel. It's great. That's why I used vidIQ long before I developed a relationship with vidIQ themselves and started making videos on this channel. But using vidIQ doesn't make me the perfect creator. It probably makes me a better creator. My own personal research and development into filming, editing, presenting, graphic design, viewer psychology hasn't yet made me a perfect creator. And it never will. It never should do, because there are always opportunities to grow, broaden your horizons, learn entirely new skills, like I'm trying to do a little bit today. Some may argue they are the best at something, but nobody is ever perfect. And I'm neither of those things. I don't believe I'm the best YouTube educator. I don't think I'm a perfect YouTube teacher. I am just me, like you are just you. A creator with an interest in a topic, but it just so happens to be YouTube education. When it comes to all of this YouTube education, yes, a lot of this does come from my own learnings and certainly a lot of experience. But at the same time, I learn a lot from elsewhere, from YouTube themselves with all of the fantastic videos that they publish on the topic, the YouTube Creator Academy, and guess what? Other YouTube educators. Tim Schmoyer, Darrell Leaves, those two have inspired so many creators over the past decade. I consider them the OG YouTube professors. But I'm also not afraid to admit that I also watch Think Media, Brian G. Johnson, D. Nimmin, Channel Makers, Creator Insiders, and a whole host of other YouTube educators whose names I've temporarily forgotten. I do apologise. But I do want to give a special mention to Film Move, who are a smaller YouTube education channel, but they create phenomenal videos. The video I just watched an hour ago has really put me in my place and thought, wow, I wish I had those production values. But I'm not only influenced and inspired by YouTube education channels. Anything I watch with a creator's eye. MKBHD, Phil DeFranco, Casey Neistat, OSW Review, Oliver Harper. Yeah, some of those channels you won't have heard of, but each person has the freedom to watch content that really appeals to them, because each person has their own views and values and interests and passions, and YouTube is very, very good at being able to find a content that caters to a person's interests, and therefore, as a creator, I'm influenced by them. But none of these creators, as great as they are today, are perfect. Yes, they are often pioneers, ambassadors of their topics, and focal points of inspiration. But at the same time, they will also be even better at what they do this time next year. As I hope I will be. As I hope all of you will be. So yeah, I'm a YouTuber, a creator, an influencer, an educator, however you want to label me. But I'm not an expert. I don't have certificates or degrees or doctorates to prove what I say is factually true about YouTube growth. Yes, I have some YouTube numbers, many millions of them at this stage, but there are also millions, billions, probably trillions of more minutes of YouTube educator content that is just as valuable as what I have to say, but says the complete opposite of what I suggest, because there is no one single defined way to succeed on YouTube. And then there are oftentimes the things I educate you on, you end up being much better at than me. Take YouTube Shorts as a recent example. I must have made 30 videos on this topic now. I have probably made more videos about YouTube Shorts than any other creator on YouTube. But when it comes to actually making them and succeeding with YouTube Shorts, I am terrible at it. Hardly any of the videos I make end up on the short shelf, and the Shorts channel we've made has turned into some weird Mr. Beast appreciation channel, which I really haven't got time to do. If I'm honest, for me to properly understand YouTube Shorts, I will need another 2,000 videos and 10 to 12 years worth of experience making short form content. And you know what? I'm sure this has happened hundreds, if not thousands of times already. A creator has discovered vidIQ and watched some of our content and found it useful as they're starting out or they're struggling to find traction with their channel. But since then, they have figured out YouTube and grown to many multiples the size we are today. You know, a very obvious and very valid question we often get asked is this: why don't we have more subscribers and more views since we are YouTube educators? It is a great question, and the best and most honest answer I can give you is this: we are still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. Remember, I am just a creator, just like you. Why does vidIQ have so many subscribers, yet each video doesn't get that many views? It is a great question. I'm still trying to figure that out. A question I'm expecting very soon from you, the community, is why, Rob, do you think subscribers don't matter anymore? And why do you think return viewers are so important when even your own numbers in this metric are falling? It is a great question. I'm still trying to figure it out. And that is one of the great challenges of being a creator on YouTube. You have access to such a wide and diverse audience, but at the same time, that audience has a right to reply. Of course, any channel that's had any form of success is also going to attract detractors. Those comments that are just purely negative, ultimately very toxic, you're more than welcome to bin them. But there are also those with constructive criticism, and more often than not, they do contain a grain of truth, if not more. We all have this unbelievable power at our fingertips to reach billions of people on this planet through YouTube. But with that power comes great accountability. You thought I was going to say responsibility, didn't you? At the back of my mind, I always have to be cautious of the fact that I'm not talking to a lens on a camera. I'm talking to people with aspirations, and they are looking to me for assistance, and the things that I say and do, they could ultimately try and test on their channels. And it's not going to work all of the time for everybody. This is where doubt can start to play a part. And I think it's why I try to never ironclad guarantee or promise that your channel is going to succeed because you do this or that. All of what I say comes as a form of a suggestion or through experience of what I've seen elsewhere, or the opportunity to potentially achieve something. As I've already said, YouTube is not binary. It's not a yes or no answer. It's not black and white. There are unlimited ways to succeed at YouTube, but at the same time, unlimited ways to fail at YouTube. But failure, of course, is not always a bad thing. Folks, I want to be honest with you. I don't have all of the answers, and I never will. And even the answers I do give you, I don't often articulate as well as I could or I want to. Do you want another insider scoop into this video? Some of you may have already noticed this, but I am occasionally looking off to the side of a camera or above the lens. And the reason for that is because my entire video is pretty much all scripted. Yeah, that's right. I spent over an hour writing all of this down so that I could say what I wanted to say as precisely as possible. Look, I'll even show you it here. The camera's probably not going to work. All the focus is going to be wrong, but it's all right there. What I'm about to say next, you may not believe, and certainly many of my colleagues here at vidIQ think the same thing. They don't believe this to be true, but here it is. If there is one thing I feel most vulnerable about, it's this. I really struggle to be authentic on camera because I'm always overthinking what I'm about to say, how I'm going to say it, and what gestures and body language is going to accompany everything that I say. I would love to be able to stand here, or sit in this. You see, I wrote stand and I'm actually sitting, so let's carry on. I would love to be able to sit here and talk to you with a stream of YouTube consciousness that I know is in here, but feels authentic. It sounds authentic when I say it. And maybe to all of you, this does feel very genuine and authentic because I'm able to hide this behind numerous retakes and careful editing. You saw a glimpse of this when I said Christmas instead of crispy. Usually that would have gone on the cutting room floor, but I wanted to keep it in today. But in truth, I'm not happy with the way I am in front of camera. And I've actually written this bit into the script. I'm reading that now. I know that by this point in filming, I'll be so frustrated with the way this is going and I want to quit. That's what I wrote. And actually, I'm feeling a bit more confident about this. I think having a script has really helped me. But ultimately, I want to get rid of this safety net so that I can just talk to you naturally, just like I'm doing now. The last 30 seconds has not been in a script. And I feel as if going through this exercise has built up a little confidence in that. But going back to being in front of camera, I still feel as if this is my huge vulnerability. Dare I say it, my biggest weakness in my YouTube skill set. That, I'm going to use that phrase again, I'm still figuring out. If it sometimes feels like I, as a teacher of YouTube channel growth, I'm only one step ahead of you, the YouTube student, there's probably some truth to that. And that's often the case with teaching. Having been a teacher outside of YouTube in a college, I was often only one step ahead of students, but if you are one step ahead of those students, then at least you've got something to teach to those students. I wonder if that's how imposter syndrome often is developed. There are some of you who will know certain aspects of YouTube more than me. All I'm going to say to you is make sure you share that knowledge and experience with other creators who may find it useful and valuable. Share it with us. We're always happy to do case studies on YouTube success. So this is me being vulnerable, laid bare, exposed, if you will. I'm Rob. I'm not a YouTube guru. I don't believe I'm a YouTube expert. I am certainly not perfect. I don't have all of the answers, and sometimes the answers I offer you might not be quite right. But I am very passionate about YouTube education, and I want to share my experiences with you via the messaging of YouTube. And so that is why every time I fall over, I get back up. Every time I make a mistake, I learn from it and aim to improve. I will keep turning up because ultimately what I want to do is help you with YouTube growth. And if whatever I say or do helps someone be better at what they want to say and do on YouTube, then I'll keep pressing record. Let's do this.